Hey, welcome into the Week 7 NWGA football Pickem special hurricane edition. And got a big hurricane coming this weekend. A lot of these games are being rescheduled to Saturday, some till next week, is what I've seen. Um, like I said, if you have any updates on the games, man, you can log on to X, Facebook, join us live. We'll get your comments on the air. Short schedule this week, man. So not quite as many games to go through. I think a lot of schools are on fall break, man, which worked out pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. It's going to be interesting this weekend, to say the least.
All right, we'll start with Southeast Whitfield at Towers. Last I heard, this game had been moved up to 5:30 tomorrow, but I saw somewhere where they might have canceled it outright. But if they play it, I like Towers 28.
Yeah, I think Towers, if they do play it, I think Towers gets to win fairly easy.
Pickens and North Hall, that game has definitely been moved to Saturday. North Hall looked good last week against White County. I'm gonna go with the Trojans here at home.
Yeah, I'm not sure who we're going to see here as far as the Pickens team on the road. I tend to fade the Dragons. I'm going to go North Hall in a close one. I think it'll be closer than the 11.
Villarica at Lithia Springs. Villarica 26-point favorite.
Now I continue to like what we're seeing from Villarica, and I don't think Lithia Springs has got anything for them. I like Villarica to win this one by those four touchdowns there.
Yeah, I like what the back down there at Villarica did last weekend. Cam Bolton, I think he was at Central for a few years and moved over to Villarica, having a strong senior year. I think Villarica gets it done here at Lithia Springs. I think they have Rome on the schedule next Friday night. That'll be huge. Jonesboro at Central. Central is a 13-point favorite.
I don't know a whole lot about Jonesboro, but you got to be a decent team if you're within two scores from Central. The way they've been scoring the ball at home, the defense has improved. I like Central to win this one by a couple scores.
Yeah, I know on paper, on Cal Preps anyway, this is the region championship. Central and Jonesboro, the two highest rated teams in that region. Throw Harris County in the mix, Stars Mill. Uh, the Lions, man, they just been getting it done on offense, man. 70 points last week in a win. J.R. Harris and those guys going wild down there. I like Central at home. Woodlands on the road at Cass. Cass is a 35-point favorite.
Yeah, you know, Cass being without the quarterback, I still think Cass is good enough to handle Woodlands. I don't know if I think maybe closer to 35. I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I watched that Cass Cedartown game last week, man, and Cass kind of bit themselves in the foot with a couple of costly turnovers in special teams. Gave Cedartown a short field, man. You can't do that and win. I think they'll get that squared away. So Slocum at quarterback's done a good job. I like Cass, but I think Woodland keeps it closer than the 35. Hiram at Dalton. This game has been moved to Saturday for sure. Hiram is a 25-point favorite.
Dalton's one of those teams that's improving as the year goes on, and Hiram. Uh, at Dalton, I think Hiram wins. I think it's probably somewhere around that mark. I'm going to say less than the 25, though. I don't think they'll beat them that bad.
Yeah, Dalton's one of those teams that's, yeah, like you said, improving week to week. A lot of young guys going to be tough down the stretch, especially in next season at 25. That Hiram run game's hard to stop, though, man. They got pieces running every which way. I like Hiram probably by that 25. Dawson County on the road at GAC. GAC a 29-point favorite.
Yeah, just from what I've seen from Dawson and Young Squad, GSC, beat Lumpkin the other day. I think GSC wins this one pretty easily at home.
Yeah, I'll go with GAC. You know, they had that big win, a couple of weeks ago against Lumpkin County. Looked like they're in control of that region. Speaking of Lumpkin County is a 2-point favorite at White County.
Yeah, heck of a ball game here. I think this is going to be very interesting, and 2 points obviously tells you it's going to be a real close one. You know what? I think I'm going to go with Lumpkin on the road, and I think they'll cover the two. Pretty much have to if you're going to win. Pretty
Yeah, I like.
pretty
Yeah,
pretty hard to win by two.
yeah, I like what White County's done this year, man. They seem like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team, though. You know, one week they look super impressive, next week not so much. I like Lumpkin on the road at White County. I think it's going to be a knockdown drag out, but I will go with is it the Indians?
Yeah, Lumpkin is the Indians.
Lumpkin. Uh, Big game in Calhoun, man. The Daresville Tigers at Calhoun. Calhoun is a 13-point favorite.
Yeah, I think Calhoun is the more battle tested team at this point. I think it's probably going to be a good game for a while. I think Calhoun pulls away to that 2, 3 touchdown lead late, especially at Calhoun.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Yellow Jackets this year. You know, 1-3, man. But if you go back and look at their schedule, they've played a super tough non-region schedule. I think it got them ready for this one. Daresville does have a lot of outstanding players in the skill positions. Like I said, I think they keep it close, but I like Calhoun at home. Ridgeland at Lafayette. Lafayette is a 15-point favorite.
Yeah, I looked at this one kind of back and forth. Lafayette's been that team. You know, they battled close a few games, and then they've kind of got manhandled a few games. I've seen them 2 times this year live. It's at Lafayette. Uh, I'm going to take Lafayette, but by less than the 15.
Yeah, I like what Lafayette's been doing with Finley back there at quarterback. You know, they've scored some points with him, and offenses look pretty good. But that being said, I am going with the Panthers on the road at Lafayette, man. They look pretty good last week against Heritage. Almost pulled off the upset of the decade. Had the ball on Heritage. It's 40 with about 5 minutes to go. Fumbled it over. I think they're going to ride that momentum to a win this week. Taking the Panthers on the road. Northwest Whitfield at Heritage. Northwest Whitfield, a 3-touchdown favorite. I think this game has been moved to Saturday also, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think Northwest is just a solid team on both sides of the ball. Uh, Even the special teams is pretty darn good. I like Northwest to win this one at Heritage. Um, Probably somewhere around that 21 mark. I think that's about right.
Yeah, I've talked so much this year about the Northwest Whitfield offense, man, but their defense has really stepped up this year. Did a great job last week against Gilmer, holding them to 10 points. Big second half. I like the Bruins, man. I saw where they're ranked number 6 right now in the AJC, getting some love from the reporters statewide. I think they keep it rolling this weekend. Union County at LFO. Union County 15-point favorite.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned it multiple times that Lakeview is definitely a much improved team. Not the same Lakeview that we've seen. They've battled. I think they'll battle here, but I think Union will have just enough. I like Union by closer than the 15.
Yeah, I've been real impressed with the Union County defense the last 2 weeks. Shutting out North Murray last Friday night, holding Rockmart to under 30 points at Rockmart a couple of weeks ago. Young freshman at quarterback. I did see where the LFO quarterback last week threw for over 300 yards. So they got a potent offense. I'm going to go Union closer than the 15. Sonoraville at Rockmart. Rockmart, 31-point favorite.
Yeah, I think the Rock stretched their legs a little bit last week, and I think they're probably going to do it again. I like Rockmart to win convincingly at home this week.
Yeah, Chaz Pate, man, he's been playing well the last couple of weeks. You know, Sonoraville has the capability of putting some points on the board. Just going to be tough to stop that Rockmart offense. I like Rockmart. I think Sonoraville keeps it closer than the 31. Huge game in 6A. Bremen at Temple. Bremen is a 3-point favorite.
This game is at Temple, so that kind of raises your eyebrow there. But I think Bremen's defense is going to win this game, and I think the defense is going to be enough to beat Temple. I don't mind that at all. I think Bremen by about 2 scores.
Yeah, I watched that Bremen model game last week, man. If you like defense, Bremen's a team to watch. Man, those guys are flying around all over the field. They're going to have a tough challenge this week, man, with that offense of Temple. See CJ Gray and crew put 49 on Pepperell last Friday night. Going to be a great game, man. If you're in that Bremen area this weekend, get out and watch some high school football. I'm going to take Bremen here at Temple in a close one. Speaking of Pepperell, Pepperell at Darlington. Darlington, an 18-point favorite.
Yeah, I think Darlington's kind of figuring things out a little bit, and I've talked about it all year with Kachesney there, and then Miles Twyman. I think they get going, and I just don't think Pepperell is going to have too many answers for them. I like Darlington by the 2-3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back after this show and watch the Pepperell Harrison County game from last Friday night. I'm curious about that one. Harrison County had Darlington down 9-0 at halftime. Darlington stormed back in the second half. This is a tough game, man. This is one I considered as my upset pick of the week, but I think Darlington wins in a close one. Harrison County at Heard County. Heard County is a 22-point favorite.
I really wasn't thought too much about this matchup, um, a couple weeks ago, but Harrelson's really been, kind of surprising in some of the games they battled in. I think Hurd wins the game, but I think yet again, I'm agreeing with Charles Israel. I think Hurd wins, but by less than the 22.
Yeah, I think if Hurd's healthy and they have all their players back this Friday night, I think they easily cover the 22. But that being said, man, I think Harrison County hangs around. I like Hurd by 15. Dade County at Armurchie. Dade County a 14-point favorite.
Yeah, I know the Wolverines coach Poston is not quite uh, having the season they want so far, but there's still a lot in front of them. Uh, they're going to be right there in the playoff mix. I think when the end of the season comes around, I think they eliminate some of the mistakes, and I think Dave goes on the road and gets a big win. I'll take Dave by more than the number here.
Yeah, this is a game for Dade County to prove a point, man. They've had a tough schedule up to this point. Christian Heritage, Ringgold, Fannin County. I mean, they've played some teams. This is a chance for them to go out and score some points. Tough test at Armurchie. I like Dade by at least the 14. Chattooga at Gordon Lee. Chattooga, a 4-point favorite.
Yeah, I think this might be maybe only the second time all year that Stuga's been favored, and I think it's warranted after the season they've had. Excuse me. But I think Gordon Lee. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm choking. I think Gordon Lee is the probably the toughest team that they've seen so far. They'll be better along the front. Got more athletes. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. I'm going to take Chattooga on the road by a couple touchdowns.
Yeah, I think Gordon Lee has the speed and the coaching, the athletes to compete with Chattooga. I'm just not sure about up front if they have the size to compete with the Indians. It's going to be a great game. I like Chattooga by a couple scores at Gordon Lee. Christian Heritage, 21-point favorites at Coosa.
Yeah, I think one of the things that Christian Heritage brings that not a lot of people have, especially in this region, is they excel in the pass game and are capable in the running game. And I think that's going to hurt Coosa because they just hadn't seen it. And I like Christian Heritage to win this one pretty easily.
Yeah, Carter Triplett, man, he's playing lights out the last few weeks. I like Christian Heritage on the road at Coosa by at least a 21. Gordon Central at Fannin County. Fannin County, a 35-point favorite.
Yeah, Gordon Central got back in the winning column last week. I think it's going to be a buzzsaw, though. They're going to meet at Fannin, whatever day or time it happens. Fannin's going to win pretty handily. I like Fannin. This one big.
Yeah, I'll go with Fannin. Fannin, especially at home, man. It's a tough place to play. Probably one of the toughest places to play around. I'm going with Fannin. Great game here, man, on Saturday. This game has been moved to Saturday for sure. Trine at Manchester. Manchester is a 15-point favorite.
Yeah, I like Trine in this one. I think Manchester is a very good team. Don't get me wrong. And, and I think that Trine's passing game is going to be just enough, and they can get after the quarterback a little bit. I think the passing game is going to be what puts them over the top. I think they're going to give up some points. I think you could see something like a, 38-28 or something like that. I think it's going to be who scores the most because, Trine's been susceptible to the run, and, Manchester's very capable. I just think that Trine's going to go down there and get it done, even though it's probably going to be sloppy conditions at 3 o'clock on Saturday after literally a hurricane coming through.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon, man, and the only reason is I am going to cheer for the Blue Bulldogs this weekend because I'm sure not cheering for the Red Ones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got enough. We got enough cheerleaders anyway.
Mount Zion at Greenville. Mount Zion is a 4-point favorite.
Yeah, I like Mount Zion's young quarterback. I think he's able to move around and buy time in the pocket. He can find a big receiver of his or run backs out of the backfield. I like Mount Zion to win on the road at Greenville by more than the 4.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Mount Zion's one of those teams this year I really haven't gotten a pulse on. They play great one week, next week they kind of surprised me with how non-great they play. But I like them this week at Greenville by at least a 4. Bowden at Booker T. Washington over in Tuskegee, Alabama, who's I think 4-0.
Really?
Bowden only a 4-point favorite.
Yeah, that surprises me. I wonder what size school the Booker T. Washington is.
It's a 4A in Alabama, which our stat guy Scott got to look in. The student population for a 4A school in Alabama is only 468.
Yeah,
That would be what that'd be a single A school in Georgia, I think.
Yeah, it's about even, probably the Bowden, probably right around in that territory. I think I like Bowden in this. I'll give them 2 touchdowns at least.
Yeah, I have to agree with Dave here, man. Bowden by at least 3 touchdowns. I mean, it's tough to stop a 6'6" wide receiver out there, no matter who you are. Go with the Red Devils. All right, man. That concludes our quick Week 7 show, man. Everybody stay safe this weekend. Like I said, got a hurricane rolling in Thursday, and hopefully all that's done by Friday, and we can get back to real life.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully so.
All right, guys, and we'll see you on Friday night if we have any games on Friday. If not, we'll get back with you this weekend sometime.
Yeah, we'll come up with something.
And just for all you people out there, my last parting words are roll tide. Even though you see the sign behind me here, that's not mine.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, man. We'll see.
All right. Go Dogs.